What up, y'all? It's Jackpot on first raid number 2. I'm DrLoinstain. I'm on a 99% vanilla server here, and as you can see, I've got a really good full inventory to make this especially annoying for you people that always bitch about having a full inventory. No, for real though, the reason for that is during my initial sweep of the map to get my starting materials, I just happened to come across this base along the way and figured I might as well use some of those initial resources to try and get into here and see if there's anything to be raided. And much to my luck, there is no ceiling right there and no doors on the doorways. I have no idea why that is. Maybe someone removed them on the team, whoever's base this was, but very lucky in my circumstance indeed. You should probably keep in mind while you're watching this that at this point, this whole base is occupied by LOINstain. So it doesn't really matter what I can put into my inventory right off the bat, because I use this place as like a forward outpost for several days after I raided the place. It survived that long before I built a base on the other side of the map. So it doesn't really matter with the full inventory. So hopefully that'll save you the energy it would take to write a comment bitching about it if you plan to. I'm sorry that happens. I know it's annoying, but it's unavoidable sometimes because of the circumstances I find myself in when I locate bases like this one. I already went into detail about this, so I'm not going to elaborate. But the loot has been decent so far, and this is only the first room. There's like 3 or 4 other ones to be had after I loot the sleeper here, which didn't really have much, but I swapped that rad gear because rad gear protects you better than cloth does, plus less radiation. And I did have to go and farm crates and rad animals in the initial start on this server because this was a new server for me at this point, so I didn't get any handouts, so all that stuff actually was important to me. That's why I'm using it. And this crate was probably one of the best in the entire place. Some Kevlar, grenades, gunpowder, some guns, lots of ammo. Pretty much a score. Small fortunes worth of what would be metal fragments, low quality metal. And of course, the often undervalued but very important time that you save not having to gather all of it on your own. So this door above this stairwell right here, the one on the top, that has loot behind it, but we're not gonna breach it for now. We're just gonna focus on these 2 chests. Well, this chest, the chest in the other room, then the chest under the stairs, then the chest upstairs, you'll see. Well, there wasn't too much to write home about in this chest. Pretty much just med kits, some blueprints, gunpowder, a little bit of ammo, you know, all that. And pretty much nothing in here besides the flare. This one had about 8 metal doors though, which is definitely worth a lot of gathering time, crafting time. So that was much welcome because I would need them to build my own base eventually. But for the meantime, we are going to check this other chest under the stairs, and it has a ton of wood, some leather, storage boxes, some ore. Basically a smorgasbord of valuable resources that you don't want to spend a lot of time gathering. So that was much welcome. And at this point, I decide to make the rest of the grenades I'm going to need to blow up that top door in the stairwell. So I research the F1, and then I go ahead and craft some. And after blowing up the door, which you're not going to see on film because it really doesn't matter, I stumble upon this loot. I mean, it's not a concentrated crapload of stuff in here, but there's definitely, you know, the sulfur ore. That's really useful. Animal fat, that's pretty good. You know, the med kits, ammo, leather too. I didn't research full leather yet, so I started taking pieces for that and kind of dumping some random junk along the way as well. And this one had more gunpowder, more animal fat, more med kits, more rad gear, laser sight blueprint, which, yeah, I already researched it, so just double checking with that one. Pretty much, you know, that's it. I had actually forgotten to check the end of the chests right here until several hours later, It's a good thing I remember to, because there's the elusive explosives that I needed and 2 research kits, as if it were meant to be for me to research the explosives. And several days later, during a gun battle at my base where I was actually getting owned by the people that were assaulting it, which is very unfortunate, I was suiciding trying to get back to base, and I happened to spawn at the sleeping bag that I set in this base. Several days later, someone had actually kept living in it after I raided it from the inside. Didn't break my stuff. I guess they just didn't think it was mine, or they didn't realize it was an intruder's. And so I basically raided it from the inside, except I was trapped afterwards. But there's quite a bit of shit in here. So I just decided to suicide with all the loot if I couldn't get out. And as you can see, after this grenade blew up, that's what I ended up doing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. DrLoinstain, comment, rate, share, subscribe, and I really mean that. Please leave a like rating. Click on some of these annotations that are going to pop up for more of my videos. Hope you're having a great day. Peace.